Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another session for the 2025 CLIA Global Cruise Line webinar series. We're thrilled to be joining you today with Scenic and Emerald Cruises. My name is Johanna de Guzman, and I am the Manager of Industry Relations for North American Travel Trade Membership here at CLIA. Before we dive into today's presentation, I will quickly cover a few housekeeping items. Our presentation today will run for approximately 50 minutes. We encourage you to actively engage by submitting your questions through the webinar's questions module, and we will get to them at the conclusion of the presentation during the live Q&A session. If we do not get to your question at the end, Ian and Margaret from the Scenic and Emerald Cruises team will be trying to answer your questions during the presentation. They will also be receiving the questions that you submitted so they can reach out to you afterwards. For those of you who might miss today's live session or want to review the content later, this webinar is being recorded and will be available on CLIA's YouTube channel, CLIA Global. It is my pleasure to introduce your presenter, Derek Struther. Derek is a dynamic sales executive with a passion for the cruise industry. He has a rich background in sales and hospitality that brings unparalleled expertise in promoting unforgettable cruise experiences and a winner's smile. Known for his strategic approach and client-focused mindset, Derek is committed to driving revenue growth and fostering lifelong partnerships while making a lasting impact in every endeavor. Derek is looking forward to helping you grow your luxury business with Scenic and Emerald Cruises. And with that, take it away, Derek.
There we go. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you all for joining us. Thank you for also having Scenic Group here to present to you guys, Joanna. And for those of you that are putting your questions in the chat, we do have two of our amazing account executives with us, Margaret and Ian, who will be monitoring those for you and answering all your questions. But for today, oops, and sorry, I wanted to there we go. Wanted to be on camera for this. There you go. So thank you all for joining us. And so Margaret and Ian will be in the chat to answer any questions that you guys may have. And for myself, this is going to be very informative, just a nice high level overview of the Scenic Group, specifically on our ocean brands. And I do have some fun interactive portions within the presentation for us to go through. So with that being said, I will go back off camera, but thank you all again for joining us. And let's dive right into this presentation. Okay, perfect. So everything should be good. So Joanna, you should be able to see my next screen, right? Sorry, I'm picking on you. I'm going to take no news as a good news. So yes, awesome. So hopefully you guys see my screen. So today's topic is your to-do list destinations with the Scenic Group, turning your bucket list into a reality. So as we all know, we have so many clients and even ourselves, we have so many destinations that we just automatically lump into our bucket list, and we'll get to there eventually. But today's topic is to convert those bucket lists into your to-do list, because as we all know, everyone has a to-do list that we always feel the need that we need to check off. So that's the same thing with traveling with the Scenic Group. And during today's presentation, topics that we'll cover is our Travel Agent Appreciation Month this month. I have some Scenic Group updates for you all, as well as a kind of high level overview of our new deployment coming out. Then we'll go and dive right into our Scenic Ocean and then our Emerald Ocean. And then we'll finish up the presentation with groups. And just as a reminder, for our travel partner resources that are available to you all. And as a side note, as I mentioned, I wanted to make this very interactive. So for any one of you that has smartphones, if you guys want to keep it nearby, because there'll be some opportunity for you to be engaged with me during this presentation and get some live feedback from you guys. So I'm very excited you'll be my testers, if you will, for this. But with that being said, so let's kick it off with our Travel Agent Appreciation Month. So I've been with the company for close to 2 years, and honestly, every interaction that I have, whether it's at a trade show, during a sales call, I love the opportunities to get to meet new people and get to foster those relationships and to introduce you guys to luxury as well as the Scenic Group. So, on behalf of the Scenic Group, thank you guys for all that you do. That this month is all about you guys and to celebrate you. So, we're very excited to partner with you. We have a lot of fun, exciting things coming down the pipe, and the fact that we have you as partners in travel, it just makes the world that much better. So thank you all, and happy Travel Advisor Month to you guys. And with that being said, as part of the Scenic Group offerings, we wanted to make sure that you knew about what we're giving you guys just for being partners in travel with us. So starting with bonus commission on every deposited booking that you make the month, um, valid through May 31st. Also, with every new booking that you guys make, you'll also be entered to win a free cruise with us. And as far as for anyone that loves groups, which we'll again have a section about that later on in the presentation, we're bringing back our double group savings. So for anyone that's looking to sail, you have the opportunity to save up to $1,000 if you're looking at any of our Scenic Eclipse products, or up to $400 if you're looking at any of our Scenic or Emerald River or our Emerald yachts as well. Plus, you'll have the opportunity to earn an upfront TA stateroom to escort your guests on these groups, as well as throughout the month, we'll have some different prize pack giveaways. So if you're following us on social media, as well as even participating in this webinar, you guys will have the opportunity to win some gift cards with us. And we're giving away of varied amounts, but all the totals equate up to $500 opportunities. So again, this month is about you guys. So thank you all for that you do. Thank you for including us in the conversation. And we're here to celebrate you guys and all your hard work. So, with that being said, we're actually going to get your phones out because we have our first question of the presentation. So, this is for those of you that may know this should be easy. And for those of you that may not know this, I'm curious to see your answers. So, from humble beginnings to now an expansive portfolio of products and options, the Scenic Group has been around for how many years? And you could give me like a estimated rounded up number. So what you're going to do is just scan the QR code and yep, you'll be able to, oh, we have some answers coming in. I love that. We have 25, we have 40, we have 45. Give it a couple more answers. Awesome. I love this. Yes. Send me all your answers. Awesome. So I'll give it a couple more seconds and then I will let you guys know the correct answer. Awesome. So it seems like the bulk of you guys are choosing 25, but the actual answer, any one of you 30 percenters that said 40 years is actually correct. So currently we're 39 years old, but next year we turn 40. So yes, we have been around since 1986 with the introduction of our land operations and branching into rivers and then now into the ocean side. And our owners, Glenn and Karen Maroney, started off with humble beginnings as using escorted motor coach tours along the east coast of Australia. So, yes. So, congrats to those that said 40. That is the correct answer. But thank you guys. So, we have a couple more of these. So, keep your phones nearby. But I thank you for being my testers. I'm glad this worked out. So, yes, 34% of you said 40. So, congrats. That's the correct answer. Now, as far as updates go, so earlier this year, we announced that we are extending our river season. So we will now be sailing from February all the way through to December. So whether you're prefer to go early in the season where there's less crowds, or if you're more of a flower person like me but have the worst allergies, you could do your tulips in bloom during the earlier part of the year. Or if you are in love with the Christmas markets, you do have that option available to you as well. But pretty much all season cruising for all 4 seasons, you will find a Scenic product available on the river for you to sail. And your clients, of course, can't forget about them. But sorry, this month is you guys, so I'm just going to focus on our travel partners out there. But again, this is good to know just for your records. And for those of you that may have clients or even yourself that need something to do during the summer, we still have some availability on our President's Cruise, which is hosted by our president, Ken Muscat. So it'll be a 8-day, 7-night itinerary entitled The Idyllic Rhone on the Scenic Sapphire, which I had the pleasure of doing that itinerary last year in the ship, and just being in south of France during the summer is a fabulous time, especially with all those lavender fields out there. So we do have space available for you guys. And also right now, just because you guys are on this webinar, if you use the code KENCRUISE and all one word, you'll be able to receive a complimentary balcony upgrade. So whether it's a C, B, or A, you'll get that complimentary balcony upgrade at the price of a river view by using, again, Ken Cruise. So just wanted to let you guys know if yourself or your clients have any time available, we do have this space left available on this sailing to sail with our president, Ken Muscat. Now, moving on to some exciting news. So, the future of Scenic Group. So, just about, I guess, a month ago at this point, everything just goes by so fast when you're having fun. We introduced some 5 new ships in the fleet. 2 of them were previous announced, and 3 of them were new surprise. So, starting off on the river, we previously announced that we have the Emerald Astra coming out, but now we also announced that the Emerald Lumi is going to be coming out. So, we're very excited about these 2 new ships joining the Emerald fleet. So just real quick with Emerald Astra, when she arrives in April of 2026, she'll be sailing between the Rhine, the Main, and the Danube rivers, and reservations are open currently. So she's going to be exterior, slightly redesigned, a little bit more sleeker than her current sisters that's currently floating. But we're very excited just for the new layout, just the new color schemes, and for anyone that's been on our yacht products or on the Emerald side that we'll talk about shortly. You'll find that the new interior really mimics the what's available on a yacht. So we're very excited to bring that to the riverside. And again, just nice clean lines and redesign the rooms as well. This is an image of our owner's 1 bedroom area. And probably my favorite part, which is surprising because I'm really bad at chores just in general, we're also bringing on the guest laundry, complimentary guest laundry available to guests on the river ship. So currently it's available on our yachts, Emerald Yacht products, but now to have it on Riverside, very excited about that. And moving on to the Emerald Lumi, which I'm very excited about because currently we just have our Scenic brand that's doing round trip Paris down to Honfleur on the Seine round trip Paris. But now we're going to be able to have the Emerald version of that via the Emerald Lumi. So she's going to start sailing on the Seine round trip Paris starting in 2027. So again, looks exterior just like the Astra, but again, both ships will be completely redesigned in comparison to their current sisters that's floating. So, and reservations open this September. So, before you know it, time is going to be ticking by. So, if you have any clients that may be interested in the area before, but were a little bit hesitant, mention this to them and see, if this doesn't excite them and to gain interest. And of course, when we open in September, we'll be open for group space as well. So, very exciting times on the rivers for us. And not just rivers, but with the Emerald yachts as well, our super yachts. So we previously announced the Emerald Kaya, who is set to debut April 2026. But then again, we announced that she's actually a triplet and not just a single kid. So her 2 sisters will be the Emerald Raya and the Emerald Zara. So we're very excited to have the 2 additional super yachts coming out, the redesigned expanded super yachts in comparison to their current sisters floating, which we'll talk about shortly. But we're very excited to have these joining the fleet as well. So again, slightly larger than their 2 floating sisters, but we really utilize more of the public space to make it more available and more um, inclusive for you guys to experience. Plus, we redesigned some of the interior as well as added some new areas to relax at as well. Starting here with the front of the ship, so we made it more of a public space available with hot tub as well as sofas available. We have our expanded aqua pool area, which is probably one of the most Instagram areas on our ship. So we're very excited to offer this redesign for you guys as well. Plus, we also redesigned our marina to make it an inside-outside area and actually connected it to our gym area. So as you can see in this picture, the 3 new ships will have this nice little lift gate to get some fresh air while you're working out, because we all know with all the good food that you'll be eating, we need to find a way to work off those calories. And of course, can't forget to mention our marina platform, which is probably one of my favorite areas on the ship, especially our inflatable slide, because to go from deck 4 straight into the ocean, super thrilling and exhilarating. And I highly recommend everyone to give it a chance and to book themselves on one of these cruises so you could test it out. But there's a lot of surprises available yet to announce that we have for your clients. So again, we're very excited for these 3 ships to come out as well. Can't forget our La Cucina, the interior as well as the exterior. And then also for these three new ships, we are adding in a specialty restaurant. This one is currently found on the Scenic Eclipse products, so we're excited to bring it over to the Emerald yachts as well. So that's everything I have for our Scenic Group update. So we're just going to do a quick deep dive into the Scenic Ocean and then moving on to the Emerald Ocean. So again, Scenic is our all-inclusive product to the point that once you book your clients on board, usually they come on board, have such a great time with us that they can't wait to go back home just to go back to you guys and book themselves again. There's really only three things that you'll ever see a price tag on with the Scenic brand, which will be a massage package, or if you're on our Scenic Eclipse product, the helicopter or the submersible that we have on board, but everything else would be already included and complimentary for your guests. So starting off with the fleet overview, we currently have two of our ultra luxury Discovery yachts sailing currently, the Scenic Eclipse 1 and Scenic Eclipse 2. And then we have our 13 river ships that we like to call our ultra luxury spaceships available with the dedicated ships in Portugal as well as Southeast Asia. But again, for the purpose of this presentation, we want to focus on turning your bucket list into a to-do list. And the best way to do that is on board our ultra luxury Discovery yachts. So again, we have the Scenic Eclipse 1 and 2. They both carry a max of 228 passengers, and we do have a max of 200 crew available for those 228 guests. So it's really um, you'll get all the personal attention that you need while sailing with us. We also include a discovery team based on your voyage that you have, and they do go up to 20-person passenger team. And as I mentioned, we do have the two dedicated helicopters on board each ship, as well as a submersible available on board each ship. And just as a highlight for the Scenic Eclipse 1 and 2, so between these two ships, we really do visit all 7 continents, 49 countries, and we offer about 67 voyages that stop anywhere up to 350 ports throughout those itineraries. And of course, we do visit the polar region experts as well. And as I had mentioned earlier, so Scenic is our all-inclusive brand. So pretty much everything and anything that you can want has already been included. But just some of our standard inclusions with the Scenic brand is always going to be round-trip airport transfers, whether you guys book your client's air or you go through us to do it. All gratuities are also included. It covers your guests both on board and on shore. Complimentary Wi-Fi, premium beverages anytime, any day. All of our staterooms on board are suites, so that means that all of our suites are entitled to a butler. So you'll be able to meet your butler on day one that you're sailing with us. And then, of course, we have a very expansive dining options available for you and your guests as well. So 10 options on the ocean, and then if you're on the rivers with us, you have up to 5 options to choose from. So again, ultra luxury at sea or on the river. So we have something available for all of your clients that would be interested. And specifically to the Scenic Eclipse products, we've had 5 years of award winning thanks to you guys and your hard work. Um, You'll probably hear me say it a lot other than my love for Mariah, but I do have a love of food. So I always try to point out all of the food awards that we won because that's usually what I'm most proud of. So even with this lineup right here, so we've won the best cruise ship dining as well as best in cruise dining. And then, of course, had to mention the best restaurant design for our Coco's restaurant, which we'll talk about shortly. That's on board the Scenic Eclipse 2 specifically. So again, thanks to you guys and your hard work. So we're here for whatever you guys need and to provide for your clients. And here's to many more years of winning some more awards thanks to you guys. Okay. So again, just as an overview, premium beverages anytime, immersive dining experiences. You get to play with some of our toys from dive below the surface as well as soar above the horizon. Plus, we have the butler service with indulgent spaces and luxurious suites. And of course, can't forget to mention our expert discovery team available. So as I mentioned, we have up to 10 dining venues on board the ship, and two of them are including our kind of buffet that we have available as well as room service, but everything else would be a dedicated specialty restaurant, all complimentary to you and your guests. So whether you're feeling a little Frenchy and would like to go for some French food at Lumiere, or if you want the yacht club for the casual dining, or as my favorite area to go to because I'm always craving a snack at one point of the day. So we have our Azora Bar and Cafe, which is great for all day grazing. Plus, we have our Elements Cafe, and if you want the kind of Asian fusion available, we have our night market and sushi at Coco's available. Plus, we do have a chef's table available within our Elements restaurant as well. So, plenty of options for you all to choose from. And then when you're not eating, you can most certainly be relaxing in our 5,900 square foot spa area, which features the saunas, the steam rooms, relaxation lounges. My personal favorite is the infrared sauna room. I can't tell you how many times on the Emerald Yachts I was on there and just supposed to spend about 15 minutes, 15 to 20 minutes in there, but I love my naps. And then next thing you know, it's 40 minutes later, and I just feel so energized and recharged that I'm able to take on the steps going back upstairs to the buffet. So, highly recommend it whether you're on the yachts, on Scenic, or Emerald. Definitely recommend to spend some time in the infrared room. But on the Eclipse product specifically, sorry, we do have the pogo pools as well as signature thermal loungers as well as therapeutic pressure showers. So something for everyone to indulge in. And again, complimentary access. And the only thing you'll have to worry about paying for in here is if you get an actual massage package done. And as far as our spacious suites go, all suites, we are all verandas, so no interiors, no ocean views, and every suite does come with the butler. So starting off with the uh, smallest option or lead-in option, if you will, at 345 square feet up to our largest, which is our owner's penthouse suite at 2,099 square feet. You have an array of options to choose from, all taking in the nice and bright light and the sights of where you're traveling to. And speaking of options for the Scenic Eclipse 1 and 2, we have three categories of itineraries that you and your guests could choose from if it loads. Okay, it's a white screen. Here we go. Sorry, it's a little delayed. Yeah, so we break down our itineraries into three categories. So it really makes it easier for you guys to really qualify and classify how your clients want to experience their next destination with us. So the three categories are as follows. We have our expedition voyages, which by the name you'll find in the Arctic as well as the Antarctic areas. And it offers unrivaled exploration of extraordinary lands during this category. And you will have the discovery team included with this for up to 20 people at a time, or at least the discovery team is up to 20 people on that team during those voyages. Then we also have our discovery voyages, which is really the perfect blend of exploring and immersion. And you'll also have the discovery team, but a reduced number of 10 members of the team part of these voyages as well. And as you notice, the last category says cruise voyages, but we have since updated that to the new signature yacht cruising category. And this features our classic Scenic and Rich program. For those of you that know, it's and a program that's exclusive just to the guests of Scenic at the time of their sailing. So we're very excited to have that on the Scenic Eclipse 1 and 2 now, as well as you'll have up to 4 members of the Discovery team with you during those sailings with the focus on local culture as well as history. And you really do get that true yacht experience on these sailings as well. And these signature yacht cruising itineraries is really focused to happen within the Europe, Mediterranean, and the Japan area. So just as a heads up for you guys. But again, as I mentioned, so the Scenic Eclipse 1 and the Scenic Eclipse 2 are the only two ships currently floating that has both the helicopter and the submersible available on board for you and your guests to take advantage of during your cruise. So whether the helicopter is being used for shore excursion or not, we tend to take it out as many times and as much as we are allowed to within the destinations that we're sailing to. It's two six-seater helicopters plus one seat for the pilots, so 7 in total, and some of the quietest in the industry, so it doesn't actually interrupt the wildlife that's living there, and as well as the um, submersible is also a 6-seater with the um, one seat for the pilot as well. So again, have it available for you guys whenever you guys would like during your sailing and when it's operable, of course. So with the Scenic Eclipse 1 and 2, we really do again um, allow you and your guests to uncover a world of exquisite natural beauty and vast wilderness, as well as get to offer you guys that true yacht experience. And I think from here, I think we're on to our next, yes, we are on to our next question. So get those phones out again, guys. So this question regarding the Scenic Eclipse 1 and 2, does anyone know what the name of the world's largest desert on Earth is? All right, we have some answers coming in, so thank you guys. Love it, love it, love it. All right, and a couple more seconds for some more answers to come through. All right, so with that being said, thank you all for answering thus far. This was actually a semi-trick question, but for those of you within the 18% that mentioned not listed, okay, now the number went up to 22%, you guys are actually correct. So the largest desert on Earth is actually Antarctica. The largest, hottest desert on Earth is the Sahara Desert. So there's the little trick there. But no, the actual largest desert on Earth is Antarctica. I believe the last number I saw measured 9.2 million square miles. So yes, Antarctica is the correct answer for this. So anyone that answered not listed, congratulations, you're correct. So which is the main focus of our Scenic Eclipse 1 and 2, being that they are purpose built to be in those areas with the PC6 hull, as well as some other cool features that we have available on the ship to make sailing through the Drake or even in the Arctic more accessible. But currently, we have our itineraries open through 2027, and I think if not already, within the next couple of weeks, we'll be opening up through 2028 as well. So keep a lookout for that. But again, all 7 continents. So whether it's the Arctic region and Arctic region, you want the warmer climates, if you want the coast of Australia in the Kimberleys, or if you just want the nice Mediterranean Sea and some of those itineraries, we have um, an area or a ship that goes there for you and your clients to choose from. So again, speaking of turning your bucket list into a to-do list with us. So part of the Scenic Clip, we love offering circumnavigating Iceland as well as crossing the Arctic Circle. So that's a standard itinerary with us. Specifically on the July 15th sailing of this year, we do have Chef Brian Voltaggio on board. So he'll be hosting that particular sailing, but we do have 3 other options available for you guys if you would like to take advantage of it. But again, so whether it's round trip Reykjavik, so it makes it very convenient to fly into, and you really get the full glimpse and whole casting of what Iceland has available to you as well. And also another chef I have to point out, Chef Luciana Berry. We do have a special cruise with her from Rio de Janeiro to Buenos Aires later this year in October. So it's going to be a 12-day itinerary that touches on some really cool destinations that we are very excited to offer to you guys as well. And again, our VP of Hotel Ops, Mr. Tom Goder, for those of you that may know him or unfamiliar with the name, he is a 2-time Top Chef contestant. So the fact that he has all these partnerships and his friends in the industry, so he loves to host them on board. And actually, Tom is actually going to be on this sailing with Luciana. So it's a great time for all my foodies out there to take advantage of one, a scenic experience, and two, just to fulfill our every food lover's dream of being surrounded with food and top chefs on a 12-day itinerary. So we do have this available for you as well. And going into the question about the world's largest desert, our standard itinerary offering, which is Antarctica in depth, is a 13-day, 12-night itinerary, which is round trip Buenos Aires, which includes 6 nights or 6 overnights in the Antarctica itself. So very excited to be offering this as a constant every year. And some fun facts that you may not know, but part of the scenic experience, comparing ourselves to our friends in the industry, we're still the only expedition company that will provide video of your voyage to you and your clients complimentary at the end of your cruise, and it's all free of charge. So all those memories of you doing the polar plunge or just some of your excursions that you've done on board or even on the Zodiacs, that's all being documented and it will be provided to you at the end of your cruise, again, free of charge. So we're very excited as part of the Scene experience to be the only expedition company to offer that to you and your guests. And for those of you that have a little extra time to spend in the largest desert on Earth, we do also have our Mawson's Antarctica along the East Coast. So I do love the fact that you get to see Antarctica from two different sides with us. So this one's a slightly longer itinerary. This is the 25-day from Queenstown, New Zealand, down to Hobart, Australia. Again, so with the Mawson's itinerary, so the huts itself is only accessible by helicopter. So again, as part of the scenic experience, we do include that free of charge for all guests. We actually can't access it via sailing. So to get to these huts, it is done by helicopter, as well as for our Mawson's Antarctica itinerary as well. We do bring on scientists and researchers from the Mawson's Foundation, as well as in Australia Antarctic Division as well, to escort us during this cruise. So you really get in-depth knowledge about the area and everything that's to do. Plus, on the sea days, again, my favorite topic, food. On the sea days, we offer expensive cooking classes as well as wellness, as well as some off other festive events as well, available to you guys as well. So you won't be bored during the sea days at all while sailing with us. So lots of things to keep you distracted. But again, definitely take a look at the scenic offerings for when you guys want to spend time in the world's largest desert on Earth. And I also wanted to include this because this was a nice little cheat sheet for you guys to keep on hand so you could take a screenshot of this, or I'm sure CLIA will make it available for you guys afterwards. But as if you're sailing to Antarctica Peninsula, then these will be the best times to see some of the mammals available in the area. So emperor penguins, the best time to go is between October and November. But if you're more into seals, with South Georgia birthing, the best time again is October, November. You could pretty much go all season during the Antarctica Peninsula if you want to see some birds. But for whales, specifically the humpback, the blues, the orcas, or the mink, the best time to go is January. And if you guys have the extra time to go towards the East Antarctica side with the longer itineraries, as far as penguins, the seals, and the whales, the best time to go will be between December and February. So again, it's nice to have options when it comes to Antarctica, and you'll definitely find that with the scenic group. So just wanted to throw this slide in so that you guys would know what's available for you guys. And with that, that is everything I have for the scenic side. So, oops, went the wrong way. That is everything I have for the scenic side. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to put it in the chat. Margaret and Ian are monitoring that for you guys and answering that as we go. But we're just going to go ahead and dive right into the emerald side. So the emerald side, is one of my personal favorites. Just I love the small ship concept and with that you'll find on Scenic and just like the personal attention that you get. But I tend to like warmer weather. So, the Emerald Yachts definitely brings you closer to the sea and closer in those warmer climates, sorry. So with that, we have our two current super yachts that is floating, the Emerald Azura as well as the Emerald Sakara, and they both are 100 passengers each. And as I mentioned earlier, we do have Kaya as well as her two sisters, Zara and Raya, which will be slightly larger, slightly redesigned at 128 passengers. Then we have our river ships, which nine of them that we playfully call the starships. And we do have, again, the dedicated ships in Portugal as well as Southeast Asia on the Mekong. So plenty of options to choose from when it comes to the Scenic brand. As far as the inclusions go, very similar inclusions to the Scenic side when it comes to the round trip airport transfers always being included, your complimentary Wi Fi being included, as well as all gratuities both on board and on shore being included as well. The only difference between Emerald and Scenic, sorry, the Emerald River does not have butler service. Same thing with the yachts, but we do have some other cool features on the Emerald River ships, such as the pool area that we'll talk about kind of sort of in a little bit. And then also on the Emerald Yacht side, we do have all the drinks included. And we do have four categories of shore excursions available on the Emerald brand. So we have the included excursion, Emerald Plus, then Emerald Active. Those three categories are complimentary, and you'll find them on most of the itineraries. And then we also have our optional but paid excursions under the Discover More category, which I highly recommend, especially if you guys are traveling on the yachts with us. Um, they're very unique to the destinations that we're traveling to. My personal favorite is the in San Juan, Puerto Rico, or sorry, Culebra Island, Puerto Rico. We did a night excursion. Um, in the bioluminescent waters, so we were able to do that, and it was close to 3 hours, I want to say, but it just felt like it went by in a minute or two. But highly recommend that one if you're sailing on the Emerald yachts with us. But again, that's just one example to so many options that we have available for you and your guests. Now, again, when it comes to awards, we have to thank you guys for all your hard work and for putting yourselves and your clients on board with us. So we've garnered these along the year. So the Emerald Yachts actually just debuted in 2022. So not as old as the Scenic Yachts, but still fairly young and still fairly new. So we're very proud of the awards that we've won so far on it, such as Best Luxury Super Yachts, as well as Best Luxury Ship Pool Design on the Azura. And then, of course, one of my favorite areas, the best luxury ship attraction, which is our marina. That's you'll find on both or on all of our Emerald yachts coming up. Okay, all right, and of course, can't forget about the inclusions. All right, if my there we go. My screen's a little slow. Sorry. So as I mentioned, we have our aqua pool and cafe, as well as our spa area for you guys to indulge in. Some public areas, of course. My favorite area, the food, La Cucina dining, interior and exterior. Plus, we have a great observation deck, interior and exterior to hang out in. Plus, we have a nice little quiet area if you want to just sit back and take in the sights within our observation lounge as well. So for those of you that have not been on either of our current floating super yachts, I wanted to take you through a quick little ship tour just to get you guys excited and ready to book yourselves and your clients, hopefully sometime this year or if not next year. Uh, all right, there we go. Sorry, my computer's a little slow. So starting off with the top deck, which is probably one of my favorite areas. This is the top part of the ship where you really are able to take in 360-degree views of the areas that you're traveling to. So whether the ship is sailing or the ship is docked somewhere, it's a really great place to be. And my favorite place, personally, is to be here in the pool located at the top because it's right in front of the bar. So the bartender is able to come bring you anything that you guys may need, as well as just again taking in the sights and enjoying yourself. Then again, we have our Instagram worthy area, which is our aqua pool and cafe, which is a nice infinity pool, which is right in front of a nice little cafe that has some snacks as well as some sweet treats for anyone that loves some good ice cream at sea. I'd highly recommend stopping by to grab some. Plus, our public areas inside of our Michi Bar and Lounge offers if you want just have a nice little quiet AC'd area to hang out in, grab a cup of coffee at your leisure, or we do have our bartenders inside there to assist you in making your favorite drink of choice as well. Then we also had La Cucina, which is our main restaurant on board, which offers some honestly exquisite meals. One of my favorite nights was on board when they had the family style dinner, which was I highly recommend it. Um, I know at the time it was just once a cruise, so we do have that available. And again, with the La Cucina restaurant, you can sit either inside or if you prefer to dine al fresco, we do have the terrace available. So if you want to do breakfast and lunch inside and do dinner outside, or vice versa, you want to have breakfast outside and end the night inside, you have the option is up to you and whatever you guys feel the need to do. So we do have that available as well. Plus, can't forget to mention our home sweet home. So your stylish suites. Again, I love these rooms. It's super spacious. They start off at 345 square feet, so plenty of space to relax and store your luggage, and plenty of closet space and bathroom space, enough for two people, so you won't feel crowded or on top of each other. But it's the best place. Plus, you have the balcony to take in the sights and get some fresh air while you guys are sailing on board. Plus, can't forget to mention our marina platform. So, if I may, quick story. In December, it was during the Christmas sailing. It was a family. I think it was three cabins. It was the grandmother who brought her kids, who then brought their kids. So it was a whole slew of them. And it was the second day of, or it's the second day after Christmas, I guess. And it was the second marina day that we had, and the captain made an announcement that the marina was being set up and that we were going to be anchored, and that they were also including or blowing up the slide to come for everyone to take advantage of. And we were on at the sky deck, and the grandmother just disappeared, so her daughter just assumed that maybe she went to the room to take a nap or anything. So as everyone made their way down to deck 4 to get on the slide, the grandmother reappeared, but she had her bathing suit on and she got in line with everyone else, and she had her little swim cap on as well. So when it was her turn, just to see her get in line with this smile on her face, and the crews hosed her down as well as hosed down the slide, helped her up the little ladder, and just again, just you couldn't see the smile, but you could hear it as she screamed her way down into the ocean. But honestly, just to have her go down and to see her swimming around in the ocean to get back on the ship, um, probably one of my highlights of that trip. So honestly, these cruises and the marina platform is really open and available for everyone. So there's really no age limit. Just as long as you're having fun and you're willing to try it, it's available for you guys. But again, I'll probably remember that story for the rest of my life. But just the fact that just to see her kind of so happy and living in her youth, yes. So thank you for indulging me for a couple of seconds. So, but yes, that is our marina platform. So very much available to you guys. So whether you guys are on the sea bobs that we have available, the paddle boards, we have the stand-up boards, we have the sea platform, as well as kayaks available. So much more to do. Or if you just want to be like me and just float away in the ocean, you could do that as well. So plenty to choose from. Which then also leads us to our next question. So, to your knowledge, based on this list available to you, where does our super yachts not sail to? And again, based on your knowledge, where do our super yachts, or I think I should have said, sorry, typo there. Where do our super yachts not sail to? Awesome, perfect. Love the answers coming in. Love this. All right, I'll give you guys maybe another 15 seconds. Okay. Yep. Awesome. So thank you all for answering so far. So the correct answer for those of you that answered within the 25% that said Pacific Ocean, you are correct. That is where we do not sail to, but we currently have itineraries available in the Indian Ocean as well as the Caribbean Sea and the Adriatic Sea. So yes, thank you for that. So great job for those of you that answered Pacific Ocean. I feel like I need to talk to Ken now. It seems like we have a lot of potential new guests that we need to bring on board, the Eclipse and the Azura and Sakara. So you guys could try us out. But yes, so our super yachts on the Emerald side is built for warm weather. So whether it's in the Mediterranean between Greece, Turkey, Croatia, France, Italy, Spain, we're also in the Caribbean with all those Caribbean islands that I won't go through that you see on the screen. But then we also do the Indian Ocean as well along the Seychelles and the coast of Africa as well. So think of um, think of the Emerald yachts as your warmer weather ship to choose from, and then think of the Scenic yachts as your seven continent, but mostly everything itineraries as well. So that's really the big, big main differences between the two. So again, yes, warm weather versus cold weather plus. So as far as some of our cool itineraries that we have available on the Emerald Super Yachts, we do have a really nice 9-day, 8-day itinerary from Barcelona to Malaga. And I keep on sorry guys, I'm great at sales, but not the greatest at pronunciation. So but yes, we do have this available for you guys to choose from. And I know this year we had it available and it'll be back next year as well. So whether you whether you've been to Palma de Mallorca before, or Gibraltar, or even having a taste to get a little taste of Africa off the coast of Morocco. So this itinerary will really include all of those inclusions for you. Then we also have exploring the Balearic Islands with Ibiza as well. So this will be a round trip Barcelona 8-day, 7-night itinerary, which again focuses on the warmer weather of France and Spain available for you all. And of course, for those of you that want to stay a little bit closer to home, we do have those options available for you as well. We have our 8-day, 7-night St. Thomas to St. John's itinerary, which visits the U.S. Virgin Islands, Puerto Rico, as well as the BVI, St. Bart's, and Montserrat. So, highly recommend this itinerary. And actually, um, if you guys wanted, this is actually the itinerary I did over Christmas last year. So if you want to do that night excursion with the bioluminescent waters, this will be itinerary to do it in Culebra Island. So highly recommend this one. So, and we do still have availability for this year as well, and into early next year. Okay. Oops, slow screen. Nope, there we go. And then we have our 8-day, 7-night itineraries from St. John's to San Juan as well. So visiting the lovely island of Antigua and Barbuda, as well as Guadalupe, St. Bart's, BVI, and Puerto Rico as well. So again, plenty of options to choose from. And also as a side note, while the ship is here in the Caribbean, we do offer round trip itineraries available. Depending on the ship, we operate the itineraries on 2 or 3 week rotating itineraries. So um, on the Azora, it's a 2 week rotating itinerary, and on the Sakara, it's a 3 week rotating itinerary. So if you wanted to do round trip San Juan, that is a possibility. Just have to look farther out, combining the itineraries, but we do have that available for you guys. And if you have any questions, please feel free to speak with your local regional sales director, and we'll be more than happy to take care of that question and get you the information that you need for you and your clients. But yes, we do have round trip opportunities available while the ships are here in the Caribbean Sea as well. Okay. And moving on to our next question. So this is for all of my group lovers out there. So we love groups here at the Scenic Group. So based on your knowledge and what is the minimum suite requirement to hold group space with the Scenic Group? And this is taking into account the rivers and the ocean side. So, yep, great job, guys. We'll let the questions come flowing in. Okay. Good job. We're gonna keep it coming. All right, it looks like most of you guys have done groups with it, which is great to hear. We love groups, so bring us more groups. All right, so this is actually a trick question, but I will accept two answers, which hopefully if I could show you guys on the screen here, if this works. So the two answers I would have accepted is 5 suites or 6 suites. So the standard is 5 suites. We do have select destinations and itineraries that do require 6 suites as the minimum. So anyone that answered 5 or 6, you guys are correct. So thank you for that. But we have an amazing groups team. It's headed by our groups director, Lisa August, and then we have David and Michelle and Carrie and a whole slew, a bunch of other folks that are available to help you guys with anything that you need. So as the previous screen mentioned, so 5 suites equates a group with us or 10 passengers. And again, if you're on select itineraries such as the Duro, we do require 6 suites or 12 passengers. But that entitles you to a group with us. You get a tour conductor with every 5 or 6 suites that you sell with us. We don't require any immediate deposits when you hold group space with us. So you guys are able to let us know when and where we'll take out the group space. And the only time we'll ever ask you for any funds is when you're actually making the individual deposits within the groups itself. You do have access to the group amenity points or the gap points to enhance and personalize your group offers. And then you also have the committed support of your local regional sales director, as well as you'll have a group specialist assigned to you guys as well. And then our standard group savings is anywhere between $200 and $500. But again, being that this month is Travel Agent Appreciation Month, we do have the double group savings available for you guys. So the for this month, the savings would be $400 to $1,000, as I previously mentioned. So it's a great time to start looking at the scenic group offerings, whether on the river or the ocean, to see what's maybe piques your interest, or if you have a standard group that you'd like to reach out to, see what their next destination would like to be with us. And I'm sure we have a sailing to get that started for you. And you could come talk to us, and we'll be more than happy to get you set up and have you selling into that group. So again, very simple, very straightforward with us. No gimmicks, no running, being around the bush. It's just straight to the point. We love groups, and anytime you have a group, definitely please keep the scenic group in mind. And to round out the presentation, as far as travel advisor resources, we do have this lovely QR code here, which will take you to our um, public offerings. So whether it's, well, actually, it links you to our travel advisor reference guide, which will have our public offerings on there, as well as our group programs, as well as for anyone interested in solo travelers, we do have that available. Plus, some other links that you'll find in there will be to our image and video library if you need our logos. If you're looking for the Agent Academy, it'll be listed within this QR code as well. And again, our regional sales director map for if you may lose our information or just don't know if you're new to registering with your agency and just need to reach out to someone, we do have that available in that link as well. And we can also follow up with this with the recording and make sure you have this link available for you as well. So a couple more seconds and then I'll go on to the next slide. Perfect. Um, and I couldn't let this presentation end without giving you all kudos. We started something new this year. We offered up our friends and family as a public offer, and you guys honestly have been killing it. So thank you so much for pushing it out to your clients. So there's still time. This promotion is valid through May 11th. And even if you guys wanted to take advantage of some of our 2025 offerings on the river or oceans, that's still available. This promotion applies to that and it applies to all products, so both river and ocean. So whether you're looking at Summer River on Scenic, or if you're looking at the Q4 Ocean on Emerald and Scenic as well, we do have this promotion that applies to it. And if you guys wanted a sailing that's not technically on the friends and family list, still use that code FNF sale. We do have that available with the extra couple perks for any sailings that's not available on that exclusive friends and family listing available. But again, thank you all so much for your help with pushing this out. For the first time around, I think you guys did a great job, and I'm sure that we'll be able to bring it back next year. Maybe as an annual promotion. I don't know. We'll see. But again, just thank you so far for your hard work so far. And again, this goes through May 11th. And as far as promotion goes, can't forget to mention, just wanted an extra way to thank you guys. We have our CLIA bonus commission available for both Scenic and Emerald Cruises. And we have it available as a agency uh, bonus or as an agent bonus. So you should be able to find that available within your printed book if you guys have that, or you could find the voucher by logging into your CLIA portal as well. And this is good for new bookings only for FIT specific, valid from any bookings made between January 1st and December 31st of this year. And it is valid on both 2025 and 2026 sailings as well. So if you need any help with redemption, please reach out to your regional sales director and they'll be able to assist with how to get that applied and processed for you as well. And speaking of our regional sales directors, if you guys don't know yours, again, I cover the Northeast, so I'm pretty much very active with mine, but we have a whole team across the country from Kelly to Richard to Jill to Anselin to Gina, as well as Garrett. Plus, we have our national account team, Andy and Kayla, as well as my boss, Manny, who's the director of sales. And for those of you that didn't know, we actually have a new VP of sales that joined us recently. So we're very excited to have Mr. Anthony Viciana as our VP of sales to lead us into the future with all the fun things that we have planned for you guys. So we're very proud to welcome him to the team. But again, you can take a screenshot or we can also send this to you guys after, or you can find it within the travel agent reference guide that you previously scanned on the other slide. So again, this is at your fingertips, but we're all here. And again, can't forget to mention Ian and Margaret, who's also on this call, who's our support team to help us out with you guys. But we're all here available to help you guys out with whatever you guys need. And this one I won't harp on too much, but for those of you that didn't know, we are also giving away 3 gift cards to 3 lucky winners. So with this one, what you're going to do is you can scan it and fill out the questionnaire, and the purpose of whoever gets 100% on this, you'll be randomly 3 people will be randomly chosen and you'll be contacted by the end of the week to let you guys know who won. So you could go ahead and scan this one and have that available for you guys, but just as an additional thank you again for Travel Agent Appreciation Month. But again, so yep, go ahead and scan that, and I'll keep this slide up for a couple seconds. But other than that, that's everything I had. So thank you all for your time, and I will turn it back over to Joanna as you guys scan and see if there's any questions and answers or questions to be answered live on you guys. So Joanna, back to you.
Hey, Derek, thank you so much. And I do just want to let you know you are getting a lot of praise from our attendees. They are saying, for some people, it's their first webinar and they loved how interactive the presentation was. I can
Oh,
tell you every time you showed pictures of the ship and of your personal experience on board, there were a lot of wows and heart reactions. So I just want to let you know that you are appreciated for putting together this presentation and sharing everything that Scenic Cruises and Emerald Cruises has to offer to not only our agents. So we appreciate you guys for offering so many great things and benefits to our agents, but also to their clients, right? Because it is about creating an experience for them.
of course.
I want to specifically thank Ian and Margaret for being so active in the chat. We unfortunately don't have many minutes or many moments left to go over any questions in detail. However, if there are questions that were unanswered or questions that come up, I'm sure Margaret, Ian, and Derek, and the rest of the team at Scenic and Emerald Cruises would love to hear from you all. I know Margaret is pinning a bunch of resources for all of you guys in the chat. You should also be expecting a follow-up email from me specifically, from Johanna at CLIA. But it will include all these great offers that Scenic and Emerald are offering you guys for TA Appreciation Month. And Margaret and Ian, if you have anything to say to wrap up, feel free to unmute your mic. But Derek, if you want to just leave us with some closing thoughts, we can sign off for the day.
Of course. Yeah, I have like 15 seconds left, but yes. So Joanna, I believe she mentioned she's going to send out this recording. So what we'll do is we'll make sure that this last QR code is included in there so that you guys can fill out the survey. And then by Friday, we'll be able to go ahead and choose a winner and let you guys know. But thank you all for your time. And again, thank you all for just including the Scenic Group within your conversations with your clients. So we really do appreciate it. And anything that you guys need out there, please let us know. We're more than happy to assist. And I'll turn it over to Margaret and Ian if they have anything to add. But thank you too, Joanna, for being a great host.
Of course.
Thank you all
All
for
right.
joining. We did put those links in the chat, so I hope you saved those, but we'll follow up with those as well.
All right. Well, if that's all we have for today, everybody, join us on the next CLIA Cruise Line webinar. We'll see you all later.
Thank you all so much for your help. And thank you guys. Have a happy Travel Agent Appreciation Month.